We can't go any farther with this book about the Martini until we decide where it originated. And you point out there are 3 or 4 versions of where it originated, including Martinez, California, and also San Francisco. Let's go through both legends. Let's start with the San Francisco version of the Martini, how it began here.
Well, it may have started as early as the 1860s. A famous bartender named Professor Jerry Thomas came out from the East Coast. He's a famous bartender. He invented many drinks, including flaming drinks that he would toss from 2 silver cups like this. And he wrote what is considered the first bartender's guide. And in it he described something that sounds like a martini or a prototype of a martini.
However, the mixture of the liquor he made had maraschino cherry juice in it. Can you believe that? Totally off the recipe that we're familiar with. And of course, his bar book, printed in 1862, had no mention of the Martinez cocktail in it. It only appeared in his rewrite in 1887. I started my relationship with the Martinez Historical Society in the late 1980s as a member of E. Clampus Vitus, an historical fraternal organization founded during the early mining days of California. I met a lot of influential and interesting people, and I was able to research the origin of the Martini. On becoming president of the local chapter of E. Clampus Vitus, I contacted Charlene Perry, past president of the Martinez Historical Society, and told her that I was thinking of putting some plaques in Martinez and if she had a preferable location that she'd like. And she said, oh, I'd love to have a monument heralding the Benicia-Martinez ferry system. In fact, I've written a book about that, and you can find all the information on the system at the local library. So I opened the telephone book, and on the first page it said, Martinez, the birthplace of Joe DiMaggio and the Martini. So I called her back and I said, is this true that the Martini was invented in Martinez? And she said, well, the Historical Society does not take a position on it, but it is a good story.
Some miner that came
Yes.
up with it? How did that figure out?
The idea is that a miner came in and he said, I need a special drink. I'm on my way up to Martinez, which was the gold country in those days. And so Professor Jerry Thomas said, well, I'll mix something up for the man going to Martinez. The Martinez, and the Martinez cocktail was born. But it had some different ingredients than the modern martini, and so it was just a little bit off. And meanwhile, there were other people that were working on martinis and also books on bartending. So eventually, these different recipes were tried out, passed around, and ultimately, when the perfect martini was created, everyone wanted to claim their fatherhood.
But Martinez has a plaque right now.
They do.
Claiming to be the home of the Martini.
Yes. Well, it may be the home, but I'm not sure it was the birthplace. I think it's more
but
likely.
But they claim it was the birthplace.
Yeah.
I think it had involved also another minor, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so on.
In 1874, a miner fresh from the mines with a fistful of nuggets stepped into a bar at the corner of Smith and Thompson Streets, which is now known as Alhambra and Masonic, and asked the bartender, Julio Richelieu, to make him something special to keep him warm on his ferry trip across the bay. The bartender made him a Martinez special. The drink consists of 2/3 gin, 1/3 vermouth, a dash of orange bitters, all poured over crushed ice. And it is said after 2 or 3 of these drinks, when the customer would ask for another, he'd say, "Bartender, can I have a few more of those martinis?" The reason the Martinez story makes more sense is because the Benicia Martinez ferry was the gateway to the gold fields. And if a miner was coming back from the gold fields via the Benicia Martinez ferry, he would then ask for a drink in Martinez for his trip to San Francisco, not the reverse. My contention that Jerry Thomas absconded with the recipe for the Martinez is that Julio opened up a new saloon in San Francisco at the corner near 3rd and Market Streets, which is just down the street from the Occidental Hotel, where Jerry Thomas had his bar. And therefore, it would be very, very easy to understand the neighborhood competing for the drink and Jerry Thomas claiming that he invented the Martinez. In the 1980s, the controversy escalated. Bernard Averbuch put together a mock trial to finally decide who actually originated the Martinez cocktail. San Francisco won that case, however, only after the judge had ingested the evidence. Martinez appealed the case, and a retrial was held in Martinez with 4 attorneys. The one thing that swayed the judge in this case was a secret witness, none other than the ghost of Julio Richelieu. One of the reasons Eclampus Fidus decided to put up this plaque is the controversy will live forever. Not only will it live forever on who made the first martini, but also how it is made and who makes the best martini. And so my belief is the controversy will go on and the Martini will live forever as an American icon.